Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us. We always appreciate it. We're live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday, covering a wide range of topics. So thanks for being a part of this, whether it's live or afterward. We just appreciate it. But right now, we are talking about something that's going to be taking place up north just a little bit. I'm talking about the Seattle Kraken and tomorrow night's game against the Blues, which is going to be a very special night for a lot of reasons. But one of those is that they're going to have a jersey designed by a Portland-based artist. So we're going to talk all about that here during this segment, and because we have the exact people that we need to be talking to for this. Joining us right now, we've got Sam Jabara from the Seattle Kraken and the artist I mentioned, Kel Lauren, joining us right now. And really excited to have both of you on here. And we're going to show some pictures of the jersey as well, just so everybody can see coming up here in just a minute. But before we do that, Sam, would you mind, giving everybody just kind of a rundown on what this is all about? Because there's really a big initiative here behind this special night, and then even beyond that.
Yes, absolutely. So Kraken Common Thread is our commitment to inclusivity and diversity in the game of hockey. It started originally as the Hockey is for Everyone league-wide campaign, but in the last few years, we were able to really take it and brand it basically our own. And so we're really thrilled to have this Kraken Common Thread program as a whole and celebrate communities that specifically resonate with the Seattle community and also our affiliate markets. But one of those that we really wanted to take is also this sustainability effort is something that we are very conscious of, having Climate Pledge Arena and having net zero carbon at our arena is something that we're very proud of. So it was only natural for us to incorporate that as well into the Kraken Common Thread program. And so we're really looking forward to highlighting Kel's design and their work for this night.
Yeah, so I mean, bringing a lot of things together within that, kind of all culminating here in this night for those different aspects of it that you do throughout the season. And talking about the jersey specifically. So when you all came up with the idea to have a special jersey design, how do you go about that process? And I guess eventually, how did you end up finding Kel?
Yeah, so we end up selecting artists and really doing a lot of research. We go down a full rabbit hole on social media. And at this point, we've started to build an alumni base of artists that sometimes give us recommendations. But again, we really wanted to tap into our affiliate markets, and at Portland just being so close, it was natural for us to do a little bit of digging. And we're so blessed to have so many artists in the Pacific Northwest. And Kel has worked with a lot of reputable artists as well. And so we were really thrilled to come across their profile and just kind of go from there and reach out, and it all just fell together perfectly.
It all worked out. And again, we're going to take a look at those jerseys here in a minute. But Kel, just going to you, thanks also for joining us here today and being able to. I appreciate it. Can you give everybody a little bit of your background as well? And just Sam mentioned, working with a lot of artists, and I know you've been doing this for a long time, but could you give everybody a little bit of that story?
Yeah, absolutely. I am, first of all, incredibly honored to be included in this program. It really means a lot to me. My dad is a hockey player, so it's in my family. I'm from Lake Placid, so I grew up in a big winter sport family. So it means a lot to me. And even though my day job is with merchandise development, so I do product development for touring artists, music artists, I've never been able to venture into athletics, and this was a perfect pairing for me because it touched on something that is really important to me in the industry of merchandise and product development. Sustainability is becoming a more common pressing issue with how we move forward with actually just making stuff, the stuff that you see in your house. And how can we do that in a way to where we're caring about our community, we're being mindful of the impact that we're having on our environment. And ultimately, the Pacific Northwest is known for its outdoors and its wildlife here, and it's really important to be aware of the impact that these animals and plants are feeling from the impact of even this industry, any of these industries. So with the jersey, I really wanted to include some endangered birds that are particularly being affected the most by the loss of these old growth forests that are really integral to a lot of indigenous cultures in the Pacific Northwest, and also where a lot of these birds come home to roost and to have their next generation. And losing that forest and those environments is having a big impact because we are all connected to everything around us. It's what makes the Pacific Northwest so special. And I think that's what a lot of people love. And I wanted to include that in the jersey because it's really everything around us.
And you're absolutely right. And it is such a big thing, I think, to so many of us here in the Pacific Northwest and hopefully beyond that as well. And this project alone, again, talking about what Sam was talking about with all the different things, coming together for this night. And then now with you, your dad playing hockey, on top of it, and then being able to incorporate that into this. I mean, that really is kind of a whole lot of things coming together all at one time. And when you talk about the design, actually, I should pull this up here just so people can see this, because they're pretty incredible jerseys. And if you want to fill everybody in too, we've got our specific model here for these jerseys who's on these ones. But I mean, looking at this, taking a look here, when you have people looking at your jersey, what do you think is the most important thing for them to notice of your artwork when they first look at it?
Yeah, I think ultimately the detail, like every little piece that's in here, we have wildflowers that are native to the Pacific Northwest. We have salmon. I wanted to include a Chinook salmon that is being impacted by the presence of a lot of dams and their impact on how they spawn, and the grouse being an endangered bird that's in like the lower right-hand corner, on how their environment is being impacted. We have the spotted owl at the top of being kind of like this domineering presence of how ominous and cool owls are. I wanted that to just be everything kind of pulled together, where we see nature out, it's all spread out, and everything's kind of just like this little amalgamation, a little collage of everything kind of compressed together, that there are so many little moving pieces in nature. So I wanted them to all still be contained but disconnected in a sense, where they're all in the same area, but they're all their own individual details. And I love like the pattern in the type here. I wanted to model this pattern after the old growth trees of all of these tree rings. So if you look closely at them, and it's almost like these little fingerprints of these tree rings, of it's, how Portland has the nickname of Stumptown, and really tying in that loss of tree forest here.
I mean, they're beautiful jerseys. I mean, I will definitely say that, they're incredible. And, for that design, I'm just curious, like, how long did that take you to design something like that?
Oh gosh. There were a couple of versions that I had done where I was like, this is too detailed. And Sam can attest, when we were working in the early stages, I was like, you know what, we're going too far. And I have to be mindful of like the scale that we're working with some of these things, where we can't go too detailed, but there's just there's so many beautiful things that I wanted to include. So being able to pick which ones made it was like picking my favorite children. Like it's impossible. So it was just like really what worked and what I feel like represented the mission the most with what I was trying to channel with the jersey.
Well, with everything that went into the design and the meaning behind it and all of that combined into what's going to be happening, at the game, how does it feel to know your jerseys are going to be worn down there? People are going to see them. I mean, it's going to be a part of the game. How does that feel, that having that as the culmination of all this?
Oh, incredible. I can't express it enough. Like, I never get to see things like blown up to this scale. Usually my stuff is like at like a little merch booth on tour or at a festival or something. So like to actually be able to like be there is going to mean just so much to me. And I think like the Kraken are truly like the best partner for this, because they really believe in like empowering local artists and giving them a spotlight. And it's really great to have that feature of artists, because oftentimes it's just our art being seen and not as much on the artist. And I like the idea of being able to focus on like that entire creative process and being able to highlight the artists and the community that comes with it.
I mean, that's just fantastic. And again, that's on Saturday for this game where those are going to be. And what else? And Sam or Kel, jump into whatever you think is. What else is very important for people to know just about this event?
I think it's really important just for our fans to take away the fact that, there's a lot happening in this world, and it's really important that we as an organization and in the Pacific Northwest, we are continuing to commit to sustainability efforts, and we are doing our part. And I think we've done that since the beginning, and we will continue to do so. So really, this is more of an event to celebrate our accomplishments, but also to share that we are continuing to grow and continuing to do our part.
Awesome. Kel, anything else that you think is important for people to know about your work here and just in general?
I just think it's really important to be mindful of our consumption impact and making methodical choices on the stuff that we choose to bring into our lives. And when we have any sort of position of power to where we can be making those decisions, making sure they're well informed, they're researched, and we're keeping our community and our environment at the forefront of those decisions, whether on any scale. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, everybody can participate in something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Kel and Sam, thank you both very much for having time to talk to me today and talk to us today here for the show. Yeah, really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to let everybody know, too, we're going to be taking a break here. We'll be back later on. We've got more coming up here for the show throughout the afternoon. And so whatever platform you're on, you can come right back and watch me live, or after the fact, that's great, too. Fox 12 Oregon app, all those places, or wherever it is. Thanks for doing so. So we'll take a break. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.